question came through to the chair from the cycling campaign, so I'll just read it quickly.
Sorry,
this is from the Cambridge Cycling Campaign,
yes.
sorry. The Committee of Cambridge Cycling Campaign wishes to raise the issue of enforcement of dangerous driving and on cyclists breaking the law. Sadly, none of us are able to be here tonight as we have our own committee meeting tonight. The campaign supports the efforts to tackle illegal cycling. Our website has a clear policy statement on this, and most recently we've supported the police's LIT enforcement campaign, which has seen an increase in enforcement against those without lights. However, there's a large amount of dangerous driving in the city. Sir Graham will be aware that the data collected by the police shows that collisions and deaths caused by cyclists are extremely rare, instead caused by dangerous driving. Stand outside the police station, you will see not only cyclists without lights, but drivers on their phones and shooting through lights and turning on the red, presumably. Shooting through lights, turning red, and so on. We are therefore puzzled at why cyclists seem to have been singled out as the first priority of the PCC. Evidence-based policing would surely mean that most resources being used to tackle activity causing the most danger to the public. Would you agree that both illegal cycling and dangerous driving should be tackled, and that the balance between those should reflect the relative level of danger shown in the Stats 19 collision data?
Yeah, well, I mean, I reacted to the Cambridge Cycle Campaign anyway, because they were flagging this up about cyclists. There's more to come in terms of looking at dangerous driving. I mean, I would agree that probably the most dangerous thing are motorists using mobile phones and even texting whilst they're driving. I mean, that is just a horrendous accident waiting to happen, and we've had accidents in different parts of the country on that. And I am so surprised that so few people have been called in for doing it, because you've only got to stand alongside the road and see it yourself. I see it when I'm driving. So that has got to be dealt with. But certainly motorists have got to be disciplined. And motorists parking on the pavement is something that causes a lot of problems. Pedestrians have to go into the road, or cyclists have to come off their cycle lane out into the road. It seems harmless. Oh, I'll just park there for 2 minutes. But in that 2 minutes, you can cause mayhem. And so, you know, the whole question of people recognising what the rules and regulations are, recognising what the law is about, and actually behaving themselves. And in some instances, there's even pedestrians that cause accidents as well by running across the lights just before they've changed and they still run across. So, I mean, everyone has got a part to play in making our roads safe. And, I mean, I'm pleased that the question of cyclists without lights seems to have had a big impact, because I saw one tonight walking here from the car park, but it was one time very common. So I think we've raised the profile of that. One without lights. No, not one with lights, one without lights. It was one with lights at one time, but I think but I mean, I take their point. We're not just looking at cyclists. Just so happens that was the first thing out of the hatch, but we've got to make sure that motorists as well, because I mean, I'm quite concerned that Cambridge is an attraction for tourists, and it was interesting some of the comments earlier on about dealing with tourists and visitors. And that's not going to diminish, in my opinion. It's going to increase, certainly, with the Duke and Duchess, and it's raised the profile big time of Cambridge. And Cambridge is a beautiful city, and it's nice to see people enjoying it, but we want them to enjoy that safely. And it's up to visitors and those who live here to just obey the rules. Simple as that.